I don't want to break up all those hugs in the aisles, but we've got to get going, guys. Transformations, baby. Welcome to day 2, guys. Now, we were setting the scene last night, getting ourselves prepared and settled here in, let's call it, the live event. And we have over 300 beautiful, awakened old souls here, bringing in the energy at 9 a.m. this morning for this beautiful day 2 of the event. But guys, today we are joined. We can feel the energy of hundreds of other light workers, old souls, like-minded people just like yourselves joining us live right now via the live stream. So, hello to you if you are watching us live. For those of you in LA, you're probably still in your pajamas, right? You're still in bed, right? Just sipping your coffee, watching this. I think they've got it worked out, haven't they? I mean, it's good to be here live, but it'd be pretty good to be still tucked in bed too, you know? Well, we don't want to think about that sort of thought of people that are that, actually. But they're comfortable, right? They're probably still in their pajamas. They're going to be joining us. And guys, what a beautiful thought, though, to have in mind. Because we lightly touched on yesterday how there is a bigger meaning, there is a bigger purpose to each and every one of us being here in the room, joining live at home via the live stream. We're all here for a reason. I love the saying. It often gives me chills when I think of it. The rising tide lifts all of the boats. For the almost 1,000 people that are going to be following along this program over the course of the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we are the rising tide. We are the ones that are going to help this shift on consciousness. I'm extremely proud to be able to say that to each and every one of you, because over the course of the last 4 years, Roxy and I have been through our transformation. And many of you have seen it. Many of you have sort of heard as we've shared along the best that we can and sort of stepped out of our comfort zone, talking about our issues and the things that we've had to work through in our life. Hands up those of you in this room who've got some issues. Can I just, out of curiosity, just see a show of hands? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Everyone's got issues. That's just so great to hear. So as we're going through our transformation over the next 2 days, we're going to be implementing some powerful principles that are going to impact your soul and the way that you look at your life. Many of you would have heard of the principles that talk about the evolution of a soul. When it's shared, we must know thyself, love thyself, and then you start to see the infinite creator in everything. And being able to laugh at the fact that we've got issues and know what they are, and to be able to realize that they are just an old story. They are just something that our soul needed to go through as a catalyst in order to grow, a mechanism, a gift. Once you can start to call all that rotten stuff that's happened to you in your life a gift, wow, then you know you're really starting to work on things. And whether those gifts may be in the human form, or whether they may be events or different circumstances that you've found yourself in, over the course of today, we're going to be looking at more of this area of knowing thyself. And once you really know yourself, for those of you that watched our ayahuasca documentary, there's a line in it that I'm sure some of you would have heard it, but whenever I'm getting shown something, whenever I'm in one of those moments where I'm thinking, I wonder if I've finally done all the work. Have you ever heard someone say, is it over yet? Is it over? And then you get gently shown that you've still got all these issues, you've still got all this stuff going on, and you kind of smile, and I sing this little song to myself, oh, well, hello darkness, my old friend. Come to meet with you again, right? So you've got to learn to love your darkness. You've got to learn to be able to go in there, look for it, find it, because if you're really knowing yourself, you can move to the next stage, which is love thyself. Because if you love yourself, if you forgive yourself for what you've done, for what has happened, for what you chose, even if what you chose was coming back here. You know, if you've ever had those moments where you've wandered outside at night and looked at the stars and thought, if you're beaming anyone up tonight, you know, I could be ready, you know, I'm done with this. Have you ever had those moments where I was like, I wonder why I chose to come back, you know, I feel like this sucks, you know, this is what this is about. Once you can get comfortable with that, okay, love thyself, then it's really easy to forgive all those others, right, the divine gifts in the human form or the different situations that have happened in your life. You can forgive yourself. You can change your internal dialogue, change your expectations for yourself, change a lot of your family programming, the stuff that just got reflected into you as a consequence of you being in that family or around that religious indoctrination or social indoctrination or whatever it may be. Then you can start to break yourself out of the DNA entanglements, the things that are in your lineage, that it might have been multi-generational in the family. No one talks about their feelings or emotions. No one asks for help. No one dares to think big. No one's allowed to be too happy, right? We pick up on all of these self-limiting beliefs and patterns that can hold us down. And today we're going to be looking at how the laws of the universe apply to know thyself, love thyself. So guys, as you work through this and these principles over the next couple of days, you're going to start to see the infinite creator in everything. See the patterns. Read yourself. Learn to trust more of your guides, your higher self, and to make divinely guided decisions, completely influencing your law of attraction. You'll be like one of those people who's born lucky. You ever had a friend like that? It's like everything they touch seems to turn to gold, and they don't even know why they do it. They're the sort of person that if you go out to dinner and there's a lucky door prize, they're going to win it. You know, it just drives you crazy. They move from one thing to another. They've got into habits with their mind, with their expectation, often by accident, that influence their ability to have good things happen in their life. Just like other people have got habits that influence the complete opposite. Hands up if you've ever known someone who's a walking disaster area. One calamity after another. If anyone's getting a flat tire, it's them, you know. It's like they've just got that law of attraction. So we're going to be talking about the laws of the universe today and applying them to yourself so you'll know thyself, love thyself, and start to move towards understanding these patterns. So we've got some amazing information coming up today in the first part of the day, and then in the second part of the day, we're going to move into the practical application of these levels of understanding. So it's like you'll get the information and the concepts this morning, and then this afternoon, we're going to move into, these are the bits I like. I'm the sort of person who is a bit like, just show me what to do and I'll do it. It's like, you don't even need to prove it to me. I'm just excited. I want to know as much as I can. Hands up if you can relate to that feeling where it's like, I've been convinced, skip the front bit. Yeah, skip that. Just give it to me. So, unfortunately, a lot of us are still in our head, right? So when you're in your head, it's good to know these concepts. It's good to be able to understand why we're doing something, because then when you implement it, we can often implement it so much more successfully. So that is why this morning we're going to be starting off with the beautiful words of Damien Wynn. He's going to come out on stage now and he's going to help us to set the stage for today, helping you to just get your mind in that right state to be reprogrammed, to let go of the old, to bring in the new. Remember to embrace that new you. We're going to be starting with the programming and the underlying patterns that are influencing subtly every choice and behavior and attitude that is going on throughout your life. So let's give him a huge, very warm and encouraging welcome as he comes up on stage now.
Hey, Pete.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing, it's powerful. Thank you. Wow, so amazing to connect with you all and feel you all.
Just give everyone just a quick moment to return to the present. Beautiful to get yourself ready to be reprogrammed, reset throughout today. Well done. For those of you that had a snooze, that's what just happened. I was watching. I'd invite you all now to please stand up for a moment. Can everyone please stand up with nothing in your hands? Now, some of the people on the fringes, on the outside of the room, what I'd like you to do if you're on the outside of the room with no one close to you is I'd like you to take 1 or 2 steps in towards the centre of the room, please. So the people on the outside, moving in towards the centre now. We can even close up these rows if we like. You can close the rows up. We'll move in a bit. You can move across a little. We'll just come together as one big group. I've got my own technique to help you to reset. I'll share it with all of you right now. I'd like each and every one of you now to please turn and face that wall. And what I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to reach out and give the person in front of you a nice back massage. Let's do that. I'm going to join in too. Here we go. Let's go, boys. I feel good. Oh yeah, you get into that. So good. I got you. Okay, let's change directions. Let's move. Give it a little shake while you're just getting into it with the movements. Any massage therapists, you're required to sit in the front row, please. Dance. There we go. Dance time. Yeah. Here we go. Love can't do me no wrong. Woo! Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Oh, that'll wake us up a little bit, hey, after a meditation. Now, guys, please stay standing because the folks at home on the live stream, right, just sitting there on the lounge by themselves, they're right now they're wishing they were here, right? They probably wanted a back massage. They wanted to get into the energy, but also what they haven't experienced is what we had yesterday. I love that saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? And guys, with that in mind, of a big heart, of really knowing how much someone cares, I think what a perfect way to set up our introduction for Jason today, because I'm sure you would agree with me. No one's got a bigger heart, no one's kinder. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge welcome, Jason Shirker!
There we go, we can dance a little bit. Dance, move a little bit. Take the person next to you, dance. with them. Okay. We're ready to go. We're going to go hard. We're going to make it happen. I love you. Okay. Amazing. All righty. Good morning, everybody. I told you we got to get weird. We have to dance. We got to move our butts a little bit. Be open, be vulnerable, let the guards down. That's why we're here. That's why we're here to do what we do.
Oh, good afternoon. This is the sleepy time of the afternoon. I'm watching you. Yeah, I feel it. Oh, the sleepy time. So we've had lunch, it's settled. Hands up those of you who are lucky enough to be able to day nap. I love a good day nap. A nap during the day. Does anyone like to do a day nap, a little nap? Not many. No? No, in general. Do you like a day nap sometimes? Yeah. Aeroplane doesn't count either. Can you imagine me trying to sleep on the plane? It's like, oh my gosh, it's the worst. Okay, so guys, a little exercise that I used to run with people to help them to wake up during this stage of a conference involves what's called switching on the brain. So for this to work, I'd like everyone to stand up, and we're going to do this together. It's not a back massage this time, however, that would be really nice. Where's my back massage lady? There she is. Yeah, I know where I'd be running. Now, with switching on, we're doing what's called the cross crawl, which you would all know. Opposite hand, right? Opposite knee. Now, I know you know how to do that. So straight away, I want you to take it to the next level, because after opposite hand, opposite knee, you're then going to go behind the back to opposite ankle. Yeah. It's a lot easier for me when I've got a hands-free mic, but you get the idea. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just give you a moment to work that out. Move away from your chair. Right, that was wrong straight away. She's like, it's so much harder when you watch me. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Switches on both sides of the brain. Now, if you couldn't do it, then this one's even more of a challenge, because you stand on your left foot. Now, for my daughters, that would be enough. They'd be there going, So you stand on your left, work that out, spin your right foot clockwise. Yeah? You're standing on your left foot, and then you're spinning your right foot clockwise. That's part one. Then in the air, you draw the number 6 and watch what your foot does. See that? So hard. I know, right? Mind games. I'm messing with your mind at this stage of the afternoon, right? So, you guys are learning to master your state of mind and to create the state that you want. So through just switching on both hemispheres of the brain, or even attempting to then, you've increased neural activity up and around the brain, given yourselves a little bit of a lift for the afternoon, and let's share this energy and this lift with Jason, because I'm sure he needs the energy as well to spur us all on through this afternoon. So let's give Jason a big welcome as he comes out. Could you do that? Get the spin going?
Beautiful. Okay, we can get seated. We're going to get right into this because we got a lot to cover.
We thought we'd better bring a bit of Aussie music in for the last day. We got Roxy in the house today. We thought we'd lost her. She's running the zebra print today, and she's on duty. So if you spot the zebra, right, zebra. Spot the zebra in the crowd, right? Zebra, we say zebra. We say lots of things. I won't get started on all of them. But yeah, look out for the zebra. And Roxy and I are here for this part of the trip as well to hold space for you guys. If you're going through a process, if you feel like you're close to a breakthrough on something, you can't quite get over the line, Roxy can pick the age, pick the emotion, pick the block. She's like, we're here to help to support you guys with that sort of thing, like that next stage of what you might be going through, because like today's the day. And as you move more into this transformation today, we're really excited for you guys to see what's going to come out of this and what you're going to be moving into, because this is the new you, right? The new version of you, which is actually the real you. It's actually the authentic you that is just underneath all of that stuff, you know? And I joked about the issues, but it's true, right? Once we know what they are and we can acknowledge them and address them and start to clear those away, we can move more and more into our authentic self. And the authentic self is what life's about. When you're true to yourself and then you project that out, guys, that's actually part of the mission. A lot of people ask me, you know, if I had to sum it up into the number one or two questions I get asked, I can tell you right now. How do I connect more? I want to be able to connect more, right? That's the first question. And the next one is, I'd really like to know what my purpose is. Like, how do I connect more with my purpose? What's going to give me fulfillment? And I can tell you now that the answer to that is quite simple. The number one thing that I feel that you can do is to work on yourself. Because it's not about you needing to do more in the outside world to sort of prove yourself to be some sort of spiritual person. It's not about the human doing, right? It's about the human being. Being authentic within yourself, that's the key. Because as you know, guys, what you are speaks so loudly, people can't hear what you're saying. So every single one of us have got this ability to be able to psychically scan people and kind of work out what's going on there. You know, whether you get a good or a bad feeling from a person, whether or not you feel like the person is legit or they've got some sort of ulterior motive. Hands up those of you that feel like you're pretty good at that. Reading a person or a situation. Who can read a room? Who can walk into a room? Just give me that if you've walked into a room before and you go, what's happened? And you haven't said a word to anyone, you can feel it. So we've all got those sorts of abilities within us that we can start to unlock. And the blocks are in our three lower chakras, right? They're our false beliefs, our traumas. They are things that are within our lineage that are taught to us through the family, that as you go through this, you're identifying, learning to shed those, cast them away, moving into your authentic self. So what does that look like day to day? Just take the joy, the spark, the enthusiasm, the happiness that you're moving into within yourself as you go through this transformation and present that out to the world. That's the mission. You don't need to change your job. You don't need to move to another state. You don't need to all of a sudden start running off and doing something profound. You can start day to day by just sharing the spark, the enthusiasm, the joy that you've got out to people in your day-to-day life. doing whatever it is that you do, through your interactions with your work colleagues, through interactions with complete strangers, even if all you do is sit there and answer telephones and send emails to people in a darkened room, and that's what you do for most of the day, there is a way you can help to make the world a better place through your spark, your essence, your authenticity. So as you work on yourself, part of the mission, part of what we're here to do is to shine that light out to the world. You put love in your life so you can be a light to the world. In the Law of One, they talk about a soul graduating or going through the choosing and moving to the next stage of a soul's evolution through reaching a calibration of 500 on the scale of consciousness. The level of 500 is where you've moved out of your head and into your heart. And as you move into your heart, you've got kindness, enthusiasm, compassion, empathy, understanding, and you don't just bottle it all up and show it within, you shine it out. And initially, that feels strange. Starting idle conversation with strangers, or chatting to someone you don't know in the elevator, or being kind, compassionate, empathetic, understanding when the waiter bumps you or takes forever with the food or whatever it may be. The old you might be short and snappy and in your own world, but when you move beyond that, when you move to being the observer, like I spoke about, that principle, where it's like you're watching yourself, that spark, that authenticity, that real you shines out, and you can actually help to make the world a little bit better place through simple daily interactions. And as I talked about, be like that tide, the rising tide that lifts all of the boats on that scale of consciousness, on that shift that's taking place here on this planet. Who's excited about the planet moving from 3D to 5D? Can I just see your hands? I love you guys. God. This is so much more fulfilling than doing an insurance conference. I'm so disappointed. At the last minute today, I took off my black alien socks. I was going to show a bit of alien sock today, you know, just undercover, but Roxy said they didn't go with the white shoes. And, you know, got to listen to the fashion advice that I'm getting. Now, guys, we're about to take you through something very powerful. I wish I could spend more time. I'm on a time zone. I'm on a schedule. I've got so much that I'd love to say. And I'll probably only get 1 or 2 moments more with you over the course of the program. So I just wanted to share a little bit before we call on Damien, because he's got one of the most powerful meditations of the whole event coming up for you guys right now. And when I heard about this meditation just in the green room when we were prepping for this morning, I got chills. When I just could feel what was coming up for this one right now, I was excited for you, and I was excited for how it's going to have an impact on the event, for the energy of the room. But you know how this ripple effect of what we're about to do goes out around the planet. Like, don't underestimate, guys, the power of a positively orientated soul. Like on the scale of consciousness, when we all calibrate high with positivity and enthusiasm and love and light, we counterbalance hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of people around the planet who are really low in density, right? Who are really struggling. Like, we're making a difference here. So with that being said, I'd like you to, of course, give a really warm welcome to Damien Wynn as he comes on stage for this morning meditation.
Thank you. Oh. Thank you.